What is up, Kingsman? Welcome back to another Napoleonic Total War 3 battle. Today we have a battle that was sent in or posted in a tournament channel. Someone told me I should go cover it. It had some really good fighting. It was between the Highlander clan and the Napoleonics clan. Sounds like it was a semi-final. This one was on Italy 9. On the French side, actually let's cover the coalition side first. So the Napoleonics, they had a 9-point UK Portugal, they had a 9-point Russia, Austria, and they had a 9-point UK Netherlands, and I do believe an 8-point UK. Going up against a 6-point France Tyrol, a 10-point France Austria, a 9-point France Italy, and a 10-point France Austria, I do believe. This battle they were both on opposite sides of the map. So, you know, some time has passed. It was a 66-minute battle, so buckle up for a wild ride here if you need to get yourself comfortable, because this looks like it's going to be a very, very spicy battle. In fact, I may have to fast forward a little bit more. I thought I saw some cav showed up, looks like for the Netherlands, maybe throwing some scouting with some light cav. Maybe they're going to try to go gen or artillery sniping, hunting, whatever you call it. Now look at this though, they brought some of the heavy cav here. Possibly going to try to go in for a cav charge here with some dragoons. Yeah, no, not going to make it, but that's okay. So I've played this map before, but I like how they reposition it, because usually someone starts here and someone starts here and they fight this direction. This time it looks like we're going to be fighting this direction, which I love. It's going to change things up and make different priorities for capturing positions here. This town, I rarely see it fought for usually, but it looks like it's going to be the source of some bloody conflict, as it is LOC, and there's some really good hills. Especially right here, this may actually be a very good artillery position if the UK can get to it. The same over on this side, they have a high ground hill, although France honestly is much closer to it. I can see there being maybe some fighting for this ridge if we look at the maps. Nice slopes, trees here, this road. There's a lot of slopes. Before, if you're fighting this direction, you know, you hold this side, they push, you retreat to this next hill, and then next hill, so on and so forth. But it's gonna be a very interesting one. To be sure, all the UK city marching down, all the coalition I should say, because don't forget Austria, Russia, all marching down this road. So there will be one UK player down here, the rest are marching down this road. France has their 10-pointer and 6-pointer facing them, with a flank by the 9-pointer and a huge flank by 10-point France, Austria. They will be maybe pivotal in this fight. Look at them. They're bringing the old guard too. Fusilier Grenadiers. I think those are old guard. Some chasseurs. Wow, they're bringing quite the... Yeah, look at that. They are bringing a lot of old guard units. So they will be maybe a thunderbolt on the flank of the coalition. More grenadiers, they have so many. Ooh, they have marines of the guard as well. I would not want to face this army, to be honest. They even have some heavies, Napoleon Bonaparte, of course, and then some, just a couple cav, some skirmishers, of course. Maybe these are Austrian, the Austrian skirms, yeah. This army, of course, has got a beefy units. It is Italy, so, you know, they have very large units usually. And you can see 160 men units, 198, 80. I see some smaller units, actually. The General Suchet. Other France 10-pointers actually shifting over to this side. I think they realize this may be the position that the coalition will attack. They have the reserves, they have units up on the hill, stacked too thick. Bavarian infantry mixed in here with the French. Artillery set up, 3-pounder. Ooh, that was loud. They have taken this LOC, throwing in their sappers, 45 men. They have stakes set up. And they're going to try to hold here. I don't think they're obviously not advancing. They're sitting back. They have artillery set up over here as well. 6-pounder. And they're taking it. Yeah, so they've taken 2 LOCs. Oh, wow. Wait. I gave me notifications twice for some reason. I'm going to keep fast forwarding here because obviously nothing's happening yet. We do have the UK scouting here, so they have to know that there is a flank. Maybe this army in conjunction with the Imperial Guard or 10-pointer and 9-pointer will swing on the flank and then let this 10-point and 6-point push and attack and kind of pincer in a long flank or long line here and force the coalition to fight along the entire side here. Now we are starting to see some of the coalition showing up here. Let's see, they got a lot of Portuguese line infantry in their army. Not a lot of the UK. So we'll see their whole composition here in a minute. I'm kind of curious what infantry, if they went totally Portuguese, because they have Portuguese cavalry here as well. I do see... Oh, this is just a general. Pushing up here, artillery as well. Yeah, look at the French just waiting for them. Artillery is firing. This cavalry is getting some shots taken, so they're gonna fall back. I love the gray. Nice gray color for horses. We have, ooh, are these heavies? No, these are some hussars for the UK, probably the 8-pointer. And they are gonna, oh, they are gonna wait to maybe wreck some Frenchman's day. We will see. And still, okay, I'm gonna keep fast forward here because still nothing really happening, nothing developing yet. But it is good, I think, to, although we're starting to see some units of the UK army pushing up here. It is good to see what the strategy is or what the play in the long run is. And this whole flank here probably is gonna be the make it or break it for the UK. We're starting to see a lot of UK troops pushing up here. It's like I said, a lot of Portuguese, but I'm seeing a mixture of some UK lines as well. We got some of the Highlanders too. Very large units, you notice. I think these are probably the Coldstream Guard. Oh, I was gonna look at them. Oh well. They're going at kind of an angle here with the Dutch setting up right here. You can see now this may be the time for the 10-point France to react and start fighting around this LOC. They have their artillery pushing up. Cavalry still into the back. The Grenadier Cheval. Les Deux. I mean, very expensive, but very good if used correctly. And they are trying to stay way in the back, along with a... Oh, I hear a cav charge. Oh, the French, unfortunately, got caught out trying to scout, got charged by some basically lights of the Portuguese, routing those hussars rather quickly here. So, you know, got burnt for trying to scout. We're definitely seeing quite the mass here in the center. Looks like there would probably be a raging fight for this LOC. As they're going to push across here, France needs to probably make some sort of plan or reaction for this, because that's a lot. Unless they're planning on drawing them into the trap, artillery is going to do some work on these UK troops. Over here, we do see the French attacking Austria-Russia. So Russia and Austrian troops, mostly Russian, it looks like, pushing across the river here to engage the French. The French have their first line pushing up, reserves behind, and this is Italy with 10-point France behind, maybe to fill up, take that left flank. They're going to start making the aggressive attack. We also have 8-point UK with some of their more good units, grasshoppers as well. Look at the French. They don't see them yet, do they? Nope, they're hidden. That's a concerning flank, though. Russia's going to set up in a line. They have some cuirassiers here pushing up as well. So the fight looks like it's going to be a two-front attack or defense, however you want to look at it. Russia's going to try to maybe get the rest of the troops across the river, try shifting on here. They do not want to be caught next to the river. And in fact, they are actually falling back. I think they did not like those odds. And France honestly had quite a good position already. These guys are going to probably get outshot, so they're going to fall back as well. There are some Highlanders. Looks like they're actually set up in a good position. We also have the Netherlands shifting over here. So I'm assuming the 10-point France is now going to attack as the Netherlands are shifting over. They may be trying to pincer these two French armies, maybe isolate and destroy them. There we'll have 3 armies versus 2. Italy is kind of pushing themselves out a lot, and 10-point France needs to actually form up here. They need to protect the flank of Italy, or France-Italy, I should say. Over here, it looks like the UK are just shifting the lines. In fact, if I am looking at this correctly, there's 1 army versus 2 now, so I think France is going to attack, put pressure on them, maybe stop them from being able to send over a lot of help to this side. But France definitely got a beautiful flank here. Now they're going to have to attack across the river. Russia has some good dragoons here. Line infantry trying to stop maybe the French from crossing. And this is just a chasseur cheval, so I don't think it would do as well against this dragoon unit. But Russia is readjusting their line. They are not going to let the French try to outflank them. Italy has a lot of troops here. They're going to push up. I bet you they're going to try to forward way down here. I'd march them down the road and then push across and then hit the flank. Yeah, France, Italy's getting hit pretty hard on the flank. They're going to need the old guard to attack here, take some pressure off them, use this elite troops. Oh, they're getting focused down already. Some light infantry. Here we go, we've got the Marines of the Guard. And they are going to be taking on the Netherlands, UK Netherlands. Who are, ooh, it's a little laggy, isn't it? Who are pushing across here. Oh, wow, they are attacking in force. Look at that aggressive play here. Italy is getting kind of forced into a pinch point. They have actually come across the river. They are just very aggressive here, and Russia doesn't seem to be wanting to really hold their ground. Not saying it's a bad thing to not hold the ground, but Italy is definitely getting forced back. UK doing a beautiful job of almost driving a wedge between the two armies. France is going to start attacking here. There's 2v1 basically, so this UK's army is going to be having the job of trying to hold the rear guard as the rest of the coalition is going to try to maybe attack the French here. They do have a numerical advantage and not for very long. So they're going to have to be very aggressive here. And 10-point France is even trying to link up here. Maybe they can push some of their troops across here and just form a complete line. That way they're not separated. They're one long line. It'll force the UK to maybe have to rethink their strategies here. Oh, right now, Italy is the one who seems to be having some problems. As they are taking on a lot of UK, and the UK doing a very good job here. What a beautiful shot. You have the tree line behind them, the infantry firing, the smoke, the flashes of musket fire. Yeah, France has committed quite a lot to this flank. They have their cavalry, they have dragoons, heavy cav, chasseur cheval, they even have their general Suchet pushing across. It looks like maybe the Russians let them so they could try to trap them. Maybe. Because now if France wants to fall back, they have a river they're going to have to ford. Look at this huge push the UK are making. And France is, yeah, having some shaken troops here. So they're sending over the Fusilier Grenadiers to reinforce this weakening flank, because these guys are not holding out the greatest. Man. UK doing a beautiful job here. Now let's check and see what France is doing over here. Looks like some cavalry trying to harass the UK as they fall back. Are they going to get them? Possibly. Now these are chasseurs cheval, but they are starting to really slice up the Portuguese line infantry. Force them in full retreat here, and France is starting to maybe swing around the flank here. They're starting to really try to put pressure on this UK flank. Over here, the UK and Russia really putting pressure on the French here. In fact, they're falling back over here just because the French are so heavy on the side. They're actually deciding not to attack. Oh, a huge charge here with the heavies. They got a good charge. They're going to fall back here. That was well placed. You saw, even though they formed square, they still got flattened. And now the Russians are going to advance here. Do a bayonet charge. Wow. Oh, and the Cameron, the Highlanders charging it as well against a square. This is not something you want to see. Cavalry's gonna have to rush in, but you can see now more cavalry from Russia charging in as the dragoons from France are trying to reinforce their line. This is turning into an all-out slugfest, stabbing, shooting. More Fusiliers, Grenadiers gonna charge in, take on those high. Oh, okay. That's what's up. We had to restart. It crashed, so this is about where you were. I know it's a little rewound back. I know we had already seen this part, but you know, who doesn't want to see Highlanders kick butt? And oh my gosh, they are kicking the French back. Of course, we do have the Fusilier Grenadiers charging in, as we said before, fighting them out on this. Very evenly matched, maybe. I don't know. With those kilts, I see a lot of Frenchmen dying, but then again, so are a lot of the Scottish. Now, of course, we do have cavalry thrown in as well to try to support this. So these dragoons are taking on Russian heavies. So this fight is looking pretty disastrous right now. France has some massive routing in. Even the UK is setting in some hussars trying to chop up the remainder of these Fusilier Grenadiers, trying to keep them from being able to form square. You can see the UK have pushed out quite a lot here, forming square. At the same time over here, France is making an aggressive play, breaking a couple of the UK. The rest of the UK troops, though, getting back. Dutch forming up here as well with the Netherlands. Going to take a crucial hold here. So you have seen France getting forced back. France and Italy taking some heavy losses here. They still have this island, but the Russians, man, I'm getting so excited I can barely talk. The Russians managed to get across this island again, and now France is stuck with the river in front of them, and this may actually save them because they're able to get themselves back and maybe reform, but now they are definitely separated from their allies here. France looks like they are going in with some blaze, going in with some cav and bayonet charges, using the Grenadiers. These squares, though, can make it very hard for these Carabineers to actually do anything, but with the Grenadiers charging in, beautiful, beautiful charge. Man, this is such a beautiful battle. This is going to be a problem for the UK. These Trilliers, Carabineers, I mean, these are really good French units charging in. Now, we do have some cavalry, some hussars. Maybe going to try to staunch the bleeding, as it were. We also, looks like we have some, what is this? Some heavies charging the French Grenadier Cheval, the Ledoux, engaged here. So, you know, this is kind of still a very hot spot. In France, looks like they're fording back across the river. Of course, in the UK and Russia should have to face them on two fronts, so maybe this isn't going to work out well for them. France did lose their Grenadiers against a very vicious charge from the Hussars and Heavies of the coalition here, as well as line infantry. You can see, though, they are taking some losses against these really good Grenadiers of France. Now, are they going to continue to try to push here? This is a beautiful gap there made in the lines here. At the same time, it looks like they're going to try to get their... Are these Scots Greys? No, these aren't Scots Greys, are they? Well, if they are, they don't want to lose them. Way on the far flank, France is engaging, or trying to engage, but they are breaking against these skirmishers in line infantry of the UK, holding brilliantly. The center, they have gotten quite out now. The hotspot still is a raging fight here. Looks like Russia still going in for bayonet charges here, trying to break Italy, France, Italy. But they are mutually breaking on both sides here. So Russia, they're looking not too bad. UK getting charged. They're sending in the Highlanders once more. This would be a time for France to hit these UK troops in the back, because Italy's in trouble here. You can see they're breaking along the entire board here, so things not looking too good. Now, France is working on this UK faction as well, using the Carabiniers and the line infantry to just bayonet charge here. They have so many grenadiers, sending it even more against the Netherlands. Man, this is going back and forth, because UK is looking pretty bad right here. But France, Italy is just getting totally wiped over on this side. So who can take out the other one faster? Because if France can get in behind the UK before France, Italy's been dealt with, although it looks like France, Italy's almost totally non-existent at this point. They're getting bayonet charged repeatedly by the Russians. And I'm afraid that France, Italy's probably about to disappear. Although, they have made some headway here and broken some of the UK. Now watch out for that cav. Those horse guard. But now it looks like the coalition may be trying to get back across this river. They have taken some pretty heavy losses.
To the enemy.
And so they're probably going to start pushing back. More grenadiers charging the UK. The UK is probably going to lose that unit as well. And it looks like the coalition is going to fall back across the river, try to reform and hold here. As I think they did some really good charges. They did some really good attacks, but I don't think it was enough. France, Italy is still on the battlefield. I don't see a lot of the Dutch or UK Dutch. Oh no, I see them. Netherlands sitting right here. They've gotten some troops out of there. They've lost some as well. And France is not taking that many losses considering how many troops they still have. They have so many grenadiers. I mean, look at this. This is 5 grenadiers just right in this one area. The rest of the chasseurs. Cavalry pushing up. Napoleon Bonaparte with the Ledoux. More French on this side. The Bavarians now pushing up to reinforce this line. They are going to reinforce, let maybe France, Italy take a break. Man, talk about a bloody battlefield here. And France, Italy has some good grenadiers. That's probably what saved their entire army, investing in some good quality melee capable troops. They have some units left over here. They're going to just watch the flank. They're pretty badly bloodied. But they now have formed up. Let's see what the coalition does. Do they have artillery still? That is the question. I don't see... I see artillery right here, but I don't see a whole lot of artillery from the coalition. Oh, there's one unit right here. Can they get it across the river? Save it from disaster. There's a lot of French pushing across, or pushing up. And France has a lot of artillery from what I can see. So... it's gonna be a tough case for the coalition. They have a work cut out for them indeed. Not gonna be a very easy fight. Considering how many French troops are pushed up here and pushing for the flank, they have quite a lot still to push up on this left side. 6-point France is pretty much intact. And they are taking this entire left flank. 10-point France, Austria taking the center. And then we have 10-point France as well as 9-point France taking the right flank. We have, looks like Russia going to be taking this left flank for the coalition. UK, Netherlands taking the center with what's left of their army. And I don't know where 8-point UK is. Maybe he's in reserve. Maybe he's shifting over here. I mean, they need to watch this flank of this river. And France seems to have a numerical advantage on them, so they could stretch the coalition quite a lot. I think the coalition is beginning to realize they cannot hold the entire bank here. They just don't have the manpower to hold it. So they're probably going to have to fall back to try to minimize any flanks. Cover a... Oh, wait, what is going on here? Wow. The coalition is advancing across the river here to attack the French. That seems kind of crazy. I mean, they have artillery here to defend this position. France is in a good position to defend here. They have a beautiful flank. They have reserves shifting over. The coalition maybe thinks they have a good advantage with some very large, beefy units here, which may be the case. Maybe they think maybe they're gonna try to break out this direction. Maybe break the 6-point France and then push out, go back towards the towns. But already you can see that 10-point France is shifting over to reinforce, and we have France, Italy pushing across the river, trying to get that flank. So things are constantly in motion here. No one is sitting still, which is good. Maybe this 10-point France should be advancing now. Maybe. There's still artillery that's going to make it very difficult for them to actually push across this river. I hear a charge here. Some cavalry maybe going in for the artillery position, and they get it. So that's going to actually really even the odds in favor of the coalition now with no artillery support. Now they do have another artillery battery set up here, a 3-pounder. Some of the most deadly... Oh, wow. Okay, so we have a cav charge as well, but I was saying about the 3-pounder is it's a very deadly... Fast reload, can do a lot of damage here. These heavies now going to get back, let the UK factions push up these skirmishers. They have more cav defending on this side. I love the cav play thus far. France is going to go for a huge flank here. You can see that Russia, Austria is going to try to be as defensive as possible. They have to guard that flank. The rest of the UK are pushing across, yet they are definitely going to make a push here. They do not want to sit back. Like I've always said, guys, attacking is the best strategy always. Attack, keep them on their toes, don't give them a chance. Portuguese infantry, you know, doing what they can here. They are chopping up this poor light infantry company. This officer's like, hold fast, men. Trumpeter is given some sort of, I don't know what he'd be playing. But France is shifting a lot of reserves here, so they are trying their best. Oh, they are getting chopped up here. Shot to pieces. These Bavarians have to hold the line now. It is up to them. I hear cav charging. Uh-oh. No one was noticing the Chasseur Cheval getting charged by a Portuguese cav. That's going to break that side. These infantry cannot form square. Maybe they can get a volley off and break those Portuguese. More cavalry going in for the guns, and no one's going to save them. The amount of cav charges that have just totally wiped out artillery is crazy. More cav following it up, too. All over here, you see Russia is not even really engaging the French. They're forcing the French to really have to march far. And this battle is really hot here and nothing right here. The coalition seems to be doing a very good strategy of distracting 2 French armies while they take on another 2 French armies. France seems to be starting to make a good stand. Starting to outshoot a little bit maybe the UK. Over here, these poor Bavarians, outnumbered, outstatted, I guess is the way to describe that. And they're probably going to start taking losses here. France is going to have to throw in any reserves they have. The UK, Netherlands pushing maybe out. I don't know if they're going to help be part of the rear guard. But as you can see, it's a little laggy, of course, but the UK are going to start pushing up here. France has some stakes down. Oh, the Highlanders, where are they going? You got to watch out for them Highlanders. Oh, come on. They better bayonet charge. They're going to get volleyed to the flank, and that's going to kill a ton of them. They're marching right in front of the French. It's like target practice. I hear a cav charge. Oh, what behind? The French have lost yet another artillery position. Man, the UK have done a beautiful job. Oh, that's Russia. That's making those charges. The cav has been really good for the coalition. Russia still falling back here with the line infantry, staying just barely ahead of the French. Now, the French are going to come in behind this coalition force, but France is starting to really break here, especially on this side. All this UK infantry is just shattering this right flank. They are pushing up. France is going in with some beta charges. Keep in mind, they have a lot of grenadiers. The UK are going to have to be very, very cautious. Oh, another charge. The UK getting maybe a little too close to those melee-savvy troops. Oh, they're charging in against the line of infantry. We got some Highlanders. Man. I gotta stay zoomed out because there's a lot happening here. So, bayonet charge from France. This is going to be a probably turning point, I would hope. Russia getting engaged in the forest here by France. These grenadiers doing a good job. More grenadiers charging in against the coalition's lines. They need to throw in some cav, which they have. Grenadiers charging in against some heavy cav. Oh, what a flanking charge. They're just sweeping in behind the coalition, using this open flank, exploiting the coalition's lines, and doing a beautiful job of it. Hey, if the coalition can't staunch this gap that's been... Oh, they actually are starting to. So they could then charge in these Highlanders, or these Highlanders? No. They can charge in, flank these grenadiers, but man, France is massing up here with a lot of troops here. More chasseurs, more line infantry, throwing in.
Our men are running.
Honestly, trying to probably exploit this huge gap in the UK's lines. The coalition has made quite the push here, sweeping around the hill. At the same time, though, keep in mind France is sweeping across here as well. France is now descending upon the coalition's lines. It's gonna probably be a French victory. The coalition doesn't have enough. They don't have enough to really hold here unless they can magically defeat a lot of French troops and a lot of grenadiers and elites. It's over. Here we go. We got some French troops. Napoleon Bonaparte is getting excited. He's rushing up here in the front. Look at him. He's like, yes, charge in, men. Sending in Les Deux. Grenadier Cheval gonna go in here and probably make short work of these skirmishers, which have probably been harassing this line for quite some time.
We've taken the buildings up.
They've finally taken this LOC. They're going to go in against this final stand here on this left flank. There's 2 of the UK troops left. Now, of course, this flank going beautifully here. The French just getting charged and driven back. This cav working beautifully in conjunction. We, I believe, have the Scots Greys still in the fight, too. These guys can make quite the play. Watch, they're not the Scots Greys. I've just been... Every man in England would be furious if I mislabeled the Scots Greys. Well, gotta watch out for these UK troops. They are pouring in some hot fire, but looks like they're in bayonet charge them with some line infantry, force them into square, and here come the French across the river, charging these Austrian line infantry with carabiniers. Russia's gonna have to throw in their heavies to staunch this bleeding. Oh man, this is just so crazy. I think the French are gonna win this. But here come the Scots Greys going in. Oh, that's gonna be rough. These Trilliers have held beautifully. Can they continue to hold this line just a little bit longer? Reinforcements are just around the corner. Russia desperately holding on with what they can. I mean,
our men are running.
This is a desperate fight. You can feel the desperation here. There's scattered fights everywhere. There's a French unit over here. There's, well, there was a UK unit over there. There's some French troops getting charged here in melee with the UK. The center for the UK is kind of gone. It was right here and it's just disappeared. Here we go. We got Highlanders. You can try to defend against some grenadiers, maybe. They're going to countercharge the Grenadiers. Man. But yet there is a lot of French reserves here. There's a lot of French reserves still, and the coalition is running out, although Russia has kept their army together quite well. We do have a general engagement with the troops trying to break the French on this corner here. They can hold this hill, and they're pushing up. So they still have some troops left. So the French need to be careful they don't overexert their troops. They need to let them have a break. They've broken most of the coalition's artillery. Or, sorry, artillery and cav. There's not a lot of cav left, which was a huge pain, I'm sure, in the French side. Surprisingly, the Russians, who were actually getting hit the hardest, I felt like, at the very beginning, have managed to hold on the longest here, playing a key role in keeping the French for as long as possible, of course, off of the UK back. And somehow, coalition are still in an intact line. They have not been separated. They've managed to stay together. And they're going to desperately try to hold this hill.
The men are fatigued, sir, and must rest a while.
Oh, these guys are active. Are they going to charge them? They're going to get volleyed in the face if they do that. We do have some cavalry maybe going to go up. There's so many grenadiers, though. My goodness. So many Grens. Oh, are they going to volley them? Oh, the sapper's getting shot, but they charge in. Bravely going in. France also charging in. Watch out for that counter charge, though. That is going to be brutal. And France, they're in danger of losing this little area. I mean, they're starting to break the Russians. But they have started taking some losses over here. I mean, coalition still has quite a lot of infantry. Managing to keep it intact. There we go, though. A bayonet charge. This cavalry could charge these grenadiers. Or charge, you know, these heavies. Exactly what seems to be happening here. I don't know if these guys are forming square or not, but oh man, this is just a mess. France is definitely winning this, but they are going to start getting shot to pieces as they're pushing up against these line infantry. We even have a guard unit, I believe, or light infantry, who knows what it is. But I mean, they're getting close enough. They're doing bayonet charges. I think they will win. There's only a little bit of basically scattered UK forces along this side. Russia's almost dead. They're going to probably make a last stand by the river. These poor guys are getting shot as they're charging. They have done so well. They're getting men left. They're probably going to break here. The rest of the French are going to push up here. I think the real secret to French success was the Grenadiers. To be sure, I mean, the Grenadiers did some beautiful... Well, these guys are exhausted. They're not even going to catch these guys. Give these men a break. But this was an exciting game, I would say. These guys are exhausted. They're probably not going to hit a lot of their shots. Oh, but they broke another French unit. Or not French unit, another Russian unit. Russia is so close to breaking here. They have their guard unit left. And that's it. Look at that victorious French army. And what's left of the coalition now? Running back. I'm gonna fast forward here because they're falling back. But man, that was a good one. I will say that was a very, very good battle. I would say it was not very easy. I mean, the French, look how many troops they have left. 10-point France, Österreich. They are the ones who probably had the most troops. I mean, they weren't fighting as much So, you know, they didn't take as many losses. At the end, though, they were super crucial with their grenadiers and their guard units. I mean, they helped drive back the coalition as they were in melee, because the other French army was almost at the brink of breaking. I mean, this area, my goodness. So much death. So much destruction. And it goes all the way up the hill. Yikes. All right, well, I mean, I may try to skip near the end. Oh, the general is broken. They're gonna hold this LOC. We got some UK troops just getting, you know, murdered as they're trying to run away.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Someone has an occupational job of farming. You know. Not everybody's a farmer. Not everybody wants to pick up that trade. Oh, wait, okay, hold on. So, I mean, there's only 18 minutes remaining, but it looks like the UK are trying to get an LOC of victory. They have 2 LOCs here. I don't think they're going to hold it, but they are going to try and keep, I mean, the artillery is starting to shell this, so it's going to, you know, be difficult for them to even hold. But they're going to go for some LOCs. They're going to go for a 4-pointer way over here. This is a tournament, keep in mind, guys. So, you know, any means to win, according to the rules set by the lords, is, you know, it counts. We do have a lot of grenadiers, thankfully, for the French, who are now going to charge in here. And they're going to fight some Portuguese line infantry. Oof, that's brutal.
We have killed their general, sir. Now they must break.
Well, that's not going to help things. They just going to mass rout the UK there. Now they have to take this 1-pointer and a 4-pointer. I mean, they also have a unit over here going towards the 4-pointer, so it's of no consequence. They can march towards the 4. I'm going to fast forward here. All right, unless something changes, though, I'm probably just going to skip to the end so we can look at the stats of this battle. Because it was a very, I'm very curious to see what the deal is. There we go. Another one has broken. They are not.
This building has fallen to the enemy.
Old LOCs. There's a 1-pointer way over here, but I mean, the French have plenty. They can just go to the other 4-pointer and take it, which you can see they are doing. They're putting some skirmishers in it, so they'll hold plenty of LOCs. So I'll just skip to the end, guys, and we can go over the stats. All right, guys, so here is the battle. As you can see, playing on both sides, the H and R are victorious against the Napoleonics. This one was, I believe, the little Smurf told me about this one. And I appreciate you telling me about it, Smurf, because that was a very good battle. That was very fun. As you can see, the Grenadier Cheval, Les Deux, got 200 kills. Did very well. I mean, look at all the Grenadiers. I mean, you can see most of them got a lot of kills here. But yeah, they brought a lot of really good elite infantry. Let's see here. So killed 900 for this French army. And let's see, 10-point France. I think this is the Guard. Yeah, I think so. They got 18. Let's see. 9-point France got 966. We have 14, and then we got 14, 8, 12, and 9. So both sides, I would say, did pretty well. Obviously, only one person could win, or one team could win. So props to the H&R clan for that victory. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for joining me for this battle. Give a comment as to what you think could have been improved on either team. What you think the key to the loss for the coalition and the key to victory for the French was. I'd love to hear your opinions on it. So you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe, and I will catch you all in another video.